Imagine a single explosion, decimating everything within a 5-mile radius in a matter of seconds. This is not the stuff of science fiction, but rather the chilling reality of an atomic bomb. The immediate impact of an atomic bomb is catastrophic. A blinding flash of light followed by a wave of heat and a thunderous shock wave obliterates everything in its path. Buildings are reduced to rubble, trees are uprooted, and the ground is scorched. Yet, the devastation doesn't end there. The atomic bomb also releases radiation, an invisible and insidious threat. This radiation contaminates the air, the ground, the water, and even the food supply. It penetrates the body, damaging cells and causing severe sickness. The long-term health effects of exposure to radiation are equally distressing. Cancer, birth defects, and other illnesses can plague survivors and their descendants for generations. The scars of an atomic bomb are not just physical, but also genetic. The environmental damage too is profound. The heat of the explosion can ignite fires that ravage the landscape, while the shock wave can trigger tsunamis or other natural disasters. The radiation can also cause severe harm to the ecosystem, affecting plants and animals alike. Historical examples like Hiroshima and Nagasaki bring these devastating effects into stark relief. When these Japanese cities were bombed in 1945, the immediate death toll was staggering. But the suffering continued long after, with survivors and their descendants grappling with health issues and environmental fallout. The magnitude and severity of an atomic bomb explosion are almost beyond comprehension. It's not just a bomb, but a cataclysm, a force of destruction on an unimaginable scale. It's a weapon designed not just to kill, but to obliterate, to erase, to scar the very fabric of life itself. That's the horrifying reality of an atomic bomb, a weapon of mass destruction that could wipe out entire cities, change landscapes, and cause unimaginable suffering. Now, consider our current global political climate, where tensions are high and peace often hangs by a thread. Our world is a vast chessboard, with nations as players, each maneuvering their pieces with strategic intent. Among the most potent pieces in this global game are the nuclear-armed nations. These countries, including the likes of the United States, Russia, China, India, Pakistan, North Korea, and others, hold in their hands the power to unleash devastation of unimaginable proportions. Now, let's zoom in on the relationships among these nuclear powers. The global political landscape is characterized by a complex web of alliances, rivalries, and conflicts. Some of these relationships are stable, marked by mutual respect and understanding. However, others are fraught with mistrust, competition, and hostility. It's in these volatile relationships that the risk of an atomic war is most pronounced. The trigger points for such a catastrophic event can be as diverse as the nations involved. Regional conflicts, for instance, can spark a nuclear confrontation. Picture the ongoing tensions in the Middle East or the Korean Peninsula, where political disputes have the potential to escalate into full-blown atomic warfare. Political instability within a nuclear-armed nation is another potential trigger. Imagine a scenario where a country's government collapses and its nuclear arsenal falls into the wrong hands. The consequences would be catastrophic. And then there's the escalating hostilities. We've all seen the headlines. Nation A conducts ballistic missile test. Nation B responds with military drills. These actions stoke the fires of animosity, creating an atmosphere ripe for nuclear conflict. In this intricate dance of power, even the smallest misstep can lead to disaster. And with the destructive power of atomic weapons in the equation, the stakes are unimaginably high. In a world where atomic weapons exist, the possibility of an atomic war is always a looming threat. It's a sobering thought, one that underscores the importance of diplomacy, understanding, and peace in our global community. Amidst all this, we must ask ourselves, is this the future we want for ourselves and our children? Imagine a world where the fear of atomic war doesn't loom over our heads like a menacing storm cloud. Picture a planet where nations, Instead of stockpiling weapons of mass destruction, invest their resources in education, healthcare, and the betterment of their people. That's a world we should strive to create. It starts with a call for peace. Promoting peace isn't just about grand gestures on the global stage. It's about the small actions we take every day. It's about educating ourselves and those around us about the devastating effects of warfare. It's about raising our voices against aggression and advocating for diplomatic solutions to conflicts. We don't have to be world leaders to make a difference. Each of us has the power to influence our surroundings, our communities, our societies. Let's use that power wisely. Let's teach our children about the importance of peace and cooperation. Let's encourage them to resolve their disputes through dialogue, not violence. Remember, every conversation that fosters understanding, every act that promotes tolerance, every gesture that encourages unity, brings us one step closer to a peaceful world. Supporting diplomatic solutions is another critical component of promoting peace. Diplomacy isn't just about negotiating treaties or resolving conflicts. It's about fostering mutual respect among nations. It's about understanding each other's perspectives and finding common ground. We must encourage our leaders to pursue diplomatic solutions, to engage in dialogue, to strive for mutual understanding. We must remind them that the true strength of a nation lies not in its military might, but in its ability to maintain peace. In the end, the future of our world lies in our hands. We can choose to live in fear of atomic war, or we can choose to work towards a peaceful future. The choice is ours to make. So let's make the right one. Promote peace. Discourage warfare. Because the future of our world is in our hands.